Hey folks, 8-Bit Dave here, and if you've been following the news recently, I'm sure you've heard of Elon Musk and SpaceX and how they've launched a series of satellites, the Starlink system, with the goal of bringing internet to the whole world, no matter where you are. In rural areas, it's really hard here, especially in the north, to get proper internet access. So anyways, I know these have been available for a few weeks in the States already. In Canada, they're just kind of in a limited beta test. It had to be applied for to get one. So my thought is, let's put on our work clothes, unbox this thing, set it up, and see how it works. Well, this is the opening of a Starlink. So let's take a look at it. First off, you get this little layer here with nice little drawing showing how to hook it up and where to find a Wi-Fi. It's packed well with rigid plastic. It's not cheap. Perfect for shipping. And here are the different components of it. You get the
tripod stand.
The tripod stand. Here's the dish.
PoE.
PoE. Here's the regulatory notices. So that should be some very interesting reading for later on. And you know, if you notice, the parts and components, they have a nice little bit of a design to them. They're not just a box. Even this, it's more of a trapezoidal shape. So obviously some thought went into the product from a design aspect. And this dish here isn't traditional style either. I'm just going to lift this layer out. And go like that. Here's the dish itself. And this is what all the hype's about. I think the backside looks more interesting than the front, personally. But and there you have it, the unboxing of the Starlink. The next thing we're going to do is screw the base to a pallet. We're testing it out at this location before it goes to its final destination in the Great Canadian North. Now I'll use this 16-inch drill bit to drill a hole through this really thick wall to bring the cable in from the Starlink into the office. So the satellite's now weighed down with some blocks. Snaps in nicely, no issues there, and then we'll run the cable into the building. One thing I did notice is this cable here in the Great White North of Canada. When it gets really cold, cables tend to get stiff and normally they crack. You can tell that this is a better than normal quality cable. However, in this weather, which is only about -10 Celsius, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, somewhere in the -50s, it is already getting pretty rigid. However, it still does have flexibility to it. So in a really cold climate, it would be awesome to have the kind of cabling that goes to -45 or -50. However, this is still better than most cables. So just one little observation. And it would appear that once it's connected, it starts positioning itself into an upward position. Hole was drilled through the wall and the cable was fed to the Wi-Fi and the router. Unfortunately, even though everything's working and we've reset the router numerous times, the internet isn't working. And at the moment, it's believed because it's set up at the wrong location. We believe that perhaps it needs to be set up at the location that it was registered for, which is a few hours away. And in the short term, nobody's going to be heading there to install it. So if I find anything out as to what the exact problem is, or if it ends up working at its designated spot, I'll post that in the description below. But for the meantime, it Everything does seem to work, except we're not getting the internet connection. When you actually plug the dish in, it immediately kind of sets itself up, points up without doing anything. Overall, it was fun to unbox, fun to check out. Little bit disappointed that it didn't connect immediately. However, again, that could be on this end, being that it is in the wrong place. According to the internet, other people have experienced the same issue. Thanks for watching.